Place a rectangle with a length of 2.35 meters and a width of 0.45 meters on the ground, and then fix the strip with a length of 0.9 meters on it with screws. Tighten the screws. Fix the remaining 0.9 meters strips on the rectangle as shown. Place the bottom plate with a length of 2.1 meters and a width of 0.45 meters on the ground, and then turn the previously installed frame over to connect it. Tighten the screws. Install the synchronous belt on the gear of the preform scrambled motor. Tighten the screws slightly for fix the motor, and then move the motor to tighten the synchronous belt. Place the preform scrambled machine next to the previously installed frame as shown in the figure. If the height is not the same, use a wooden block to raise the unscrambled machine. Ensure that the frame is at the same height as the unscrambler. Move the frame toward the unscrambler to the position shown in the figure, and slightly tighten the connecting screws. Tighten all screws after fixing the position. Place the bottom plate with a length of 0.6 meters and a width of 0.7 meters as shown in the figure. Fix for connecting rods with a length of 1.3 meters in the bottom plate with screws. Note that the two connecting rods with holes are installed in the position as shown in figure. Place the bottom plate with a length of 1.6 meters and a width of 0.7 meters as shown in the figure. Flip the previously installed frame and install it in a bottom plate with a length of 1.6 meters and a width of 0.7 meters. Tighten all the screws and place the entire frame as shown. Raise the lifting part with the shelf and turn the frame over as shown. Tilt the frame by 60 degrees and put the lifting front part into the frame as shown in figure. Place as shown in figure. Tilt the frame as shown. Slightly tighten the screws at the front. Slightly tighten the back screws at the connection at both ends. Loosen the screws at both ends of the lifting part. Pull back the cover of the lifting part. Pull the cover until the hopper can fix into it. Place the hopper as shown and lift it up. Move the hopper back until it is stuck. Then push the cover of the lifting part. The front end of the cover and the front end of the frame should be kept flat. Tighten the screws at the hopper and frame. Tighten the screws at both ends and fast screws on the lifting cover. Get ready for the lifting motor. The hole connecting the motor and the frame is at the back. Pull the chain on the gear, then slightly tighten the screw. After tighten the chain, lock the screws. After the motor is installed, install the cover as shown in the figure. Find the holes next to the lifting part. Fix the speed controller to the frame with screws. The front of the lifting part put into the cover and tighten the screws. The screws on the other side is also tightened. Then place the preformed part and the lifting part as shown. First, prepare the new model need to assemble. Prepare to learn screws for assembly. Remove key to buy side heating base with circlip plier. Press the manual button on the touch screen to enter the manual page. Press the mold clamping at the blowing part to close the mold. After closing the mold, put the bottom mold into the frame. The mold is heavy. Please pay attention to safety when lifting the mold. Insert the screw M1235 on the bottom mold and tighten it with the 14 hexagon spanner. After the bottom mold is installed, press Auto Operation page. After entry Operation page, press back to Origin at Manual Mode clamping to open the mold. After opening the mold, press the machine parameter 2 分. Press the stretching distance setting at stretching parameters. Measure the height from the bottom mouse to the bottom of the mold, and then calculate the pulse value. Press Enter after inputting the pulse value. After inputting the pulse value, press Confirm, then press Manual to enter Manual page. After entry Manual page, press Stretching it. Press Ja to do the inching clamping. If the distance between the stretching rod and the bottom mold is greater than 3 during the closing, you need to increase the pulse value. If there is a collision or if it is less than 2 毫米, you need to reduce the pulse value. The distance between the stretching rod and the bottom mold should be adjusted to 2到3毫米. After the stretching rod is adjusted, click back to Origin at Manual Stretching to recheck the stretching rod. Then press back to Origin to open the mold. After mold opened, press Mold Open Limit for safety. Load the lifting ring on the mold. Lift the mold under the lifting arm and hook the ring with the red hook under the lifting arm. After the mold is hoisted, turn the lifting arm toward the frame, and then move the roller on the lifting arm to adjust the distance between the mold and the frame. After the mold position is fixed, remove the lifting ring and push the mold into the frame in a good position. Screw M1655 the mold and tighten slightly. Install the other side of the mold with the lifting ring and hand it on the lifting arm. Pay attention to whether the direction of the side mold is correct. After removing the lifting ring, push the mold into the frame. Screw M1655 the mold and tighten slightly. After the mold is installed, turn off the mold open limit. After turn off the mold open limit, press Ja to do the inching clamping. After clamping the mold, press back to Origin to open the mold. The inching clamping need to be tested 3 to 4 times. After testing, press Manual to enter Manual Operation page. Then press Mold Clamping at Blowing part. After clamping, press Manual Air Blowing. After entry Manual page, press Pressure Exhaust, then press Pressure Ice. Tighten all screws on the mold after pressurization is OK. Connect the cooling water pipes at the front and back of the mold with a monkey spanner. After connected, turn on the chiller. Check for leaks. After connected, press Pressure Ice Exhaust to turn off the Pressure Ice Exhaust on Manual Operation page. After turn off the Pressure Ice Exhaust, press Auto to enter Auto Operation page. Press back to Origin at Manual Mode Clamping to open the mold. After the mold open, go back to Auto Operation page, then press Auto Start, then can test the machine. Press Preform Loading Stop. Then press Heating Stop. Press Auto Stop to stop the machine. Press the compressor to turn off the compressor on the chiller. Then press Run to turn it off. Turn the red button to close it. Press the mold open limited for safety. The rod will stretch out and limit the clamping. Remove 7 to 8 heating bases. After that, can remove all the water pipes on both sides of the mold. Remove the screws on both sides of the bottom mold. Then can remove the bottom mold. Remove the screws on both sides of the mold. Pull the mold out and load the lifting ring on the mold. Hook the ring with red hook under the lifting arm. Move the roller on lifting arm to adjust the position of the mold, then put down the mold by pulling the iron chain. For the other side of the mold, remove all the screws on the mold as before. Then pull the mold out and load the lifting ring on the mold. Use the lifting arm to put down the mold.